Now you're listening to Panamon 514. Okay, this is old news likely by the time I'm recording this, but I think I wanted to talk about the whole Wonyoung ISO lip syncing scandal of sorts. I don't know if it can be classified as a scandal. I think it's more so a controversy. The latest thing that has, Wonyoung and IVE's name being dragged through the mud. Now, there are a lot of things that Wonyoung or just K-pop idols in general get hate for that I think are pretty freaking stupid. Like, Wonyoung getting hate for eating a strawberry, I can't even fathom people, having that much energy and time in their hands to do that. But I kind of understand why people are angry at this. So, for those of you who don't know, Wonyoung and ISO had to perform a special stage, and they did a cover of IU's Strawberry Moon on MC Daegejun, and it has 1 million views already, the fan cam. 31,000 dislikes and only 7,000 likes. Let's see what people are saying. Of course, you have the very typical comment, which is "Go girls, give us absolutely nothing." And there are some people who are complaining, saying that why is IVE given this stage when underrated girl groups such as From Dime, Dreamcatcher, Secret Number, Purple Kiss, Pixie, and they should have given the opportunity to perform, and they would have done a great job. And I think the main reason people are hating on this performance is that Wonyoung and ISO, they don't even try to lip sync. I watched the entire cover from start to finish, and I really like IVE, and I have nothing against Wonyoung and ISO. If anything, I like them, but it's kind of, I don't know, baffling that they don't even try to act that they're singing. That's the thing that really throws me off a bit. And this performance in general is just pretty boring. And another reason why people are hating on this performance is because Wonyoung and ISO are sitting down and they're supposed to be singing. Like, the whole main attraction of this performance should be their raw vocals and the emotion they portray through their vocals. Because if there's one thing you can count on my queen IU, is that she always delivers with the vocals and the emotions. And with IU, it's not just about the high notes. I feel like people focus on the high notes, but when it comes to IU, that woman, she knows how to sing a song and really get the emotion across. So for Wonyoung and ISO to do a cover of an IU song, and they're just sitting there looking pretty, don't get me wrong, they're pretty always, definitely makes people angry. Does this make me in particular angry? No, I genuinely do not care about this. I don't. Like, I'm 25 years old, and I really don't see why this would offend me or anger me or do anything like that. I genuinely don't care. Do I think that Wonyoung and ISO should have given, like, a good performance at least? Absolutely. Like, they're given this opportunity to perform at year-end award shows, and do you have any idea how fucking mad I am that my favorites don't get to do this kind of stuff, like Cherry Bullet or SF9? Like, my favorites are not on at the end, year-end award shows, so it does really make me mad. So it's like they are getting this opportunity to do this, and they're just not giving the type of performance that they should be giving, that we are all expecting. And of course, IVE in general is arguably the most popular second gen my head is in the clouds right now, are the most popular 4th gen girl group right now. They have been winning Daesongs left and right, and even if a lot of you might not agree that they deserve the best girl group award or the best performance award, and I personally don't think that IVE are the ones who should be getting it. If anything, I think it should be either Seraphim or even New Jeans. But yeah, because I feel like Seraphim or even NMIX are like really great performers compared to IVE. IVE has really great stage presence, and they have really great music. So that's the thing that I like about them mainly. Okay, I think I'm getting a bit off topic. So like I was saying, back to my original point, the reason why people are mad is that IVE is the most popular, one of the most popular 4th gen girl groups right now, and they are getting awards left and right. I think IVE just won their 3rd Daesong for Love Dive, which is well deserved. Like, say what you want about IVE's performances or IVE as a group, their songs, they never miss, and it deserves to win Song of the Year. But I think the reason why people hate on this is that Wonyoung, she's an idol that's pretty easy to hate on nowadays. I'm gonna be honest with you. Of course, I don't think that Wonyoung's existence is not the only reason people are dragging this performance down. If this was any other K-pop idol, people would have dragged them. If this was Corinna, was let's say New Jeans' Daniel, or any of those girls, if they did it, they would be getting dragged left and right. I feel like the more popular the idol is, the more chances are for them to get dragged left and right. So it's not just a Wonyoung thing. I mean, oh yeah, Yuna. If Yuna did this, oh, honey, it would be over for her. And of course, there are people who are trying to drag Les Seraphim into this mess. They're like, well, Les Seraphim also lip-synced while sitting down. Like, there was this clip that I saw on Twitter of, and there's somebody also reposted on YouTube with trying to defend IVE that, like, look, Chaewon also lip-synced. But I think the reason why people are more mad about IVE and not Les Seraphim lip-syncing, or let's say even NMIX or Les Seraphim or other groups are not getting the heat for lip-syncing, is because I feel like NMIX, Les Seraphim, they have proved that they have really great raw vocals. And IVE, compared to the other 4th-gen girlies, have always been, you know, looked down upon or dragged for their vocals. I'm not a vocal expert or anything like that, but from what I've heard from everybody, Liz obviously the best in the group, and Eugene is the second best. IVE's vocals are just not the best if you compare to other 4th-gen girl groups, especially like NMIX, Les Seraphim, even aespa. And aespa do get dragged for lip syncing, but we all know aespa can sing. Like, we all know Winter, Ningning, even Corinna and Giselle can sing. We know. And if you compare 4th-gen to 3rd-gen or even 2nd-gen, it's just really heartbreaking. You had members that were crazy good vocalists from groups like Super Junior to 17, Vic, Mamamoo, Girls' Generation. Like, those groups, their vocals were on a crazy level, and even if those groups lip sync, it didn't matter because they had proved that they're really great vocalists and they're outstanding. Oh, Lovelies, how did I forget Lovelies? My girls, Lovelies, Livelies, should I be calling them? Even when Lovelies lip sync, it doesn't bother me because I know that they have given great performances in the past. I wouldn't say IVE has done the best with their live singing, but they have sung live in the past. Since IVE has not given a show-stopping live performance like, let's say, Stacy or NMIX or Les Seraphim, it's much more easier for people to look down on IVE than it is to look down on a group like Les Seraphim or NMIX or any one of those other groups. And a lot of people don't like that 4th-gen is more about visuals and dancing than it was about 2nd-gen and 3rd-gen. You know, visuals has always been a staple in K-pop. And Wonyoung is Wonyoung is interesting. Like, she is the most K-pop idol to ever K-pop idol. I don't know if that makes sense, but Wonyoung, it's like that girl was born to be a K-pop idol. Like, she embodies everything that is good and bad about K-pop idol. Like, she has charisma, she has the visuals, she's good at dancing, singing. Is she the best singing and dancing? No, but she knows how to be an idol. That's the thing about Wonyoung. And I think that's the thing that annoys people about this performance, is that Wonyoung and ESO are here just to show off their visuals and not really contribute to the performance and do their job as actual singers. I feel like right now Wonyoung and ESO are playing the role of idols instead of being singers or performers. And I personally am not offended, or I'm not heated about that anything. But, you know, for a lot of people who are like, my favorite group is not getting that opportunity when they're crazy talented. But, you know, IVE are. And another thing you need to know is that Wonyoung, ESO, IVE, they have jam-packed schedules. Like, they're doing a lot of covers, a lot of performances for award shows left and right. Does that excuse them from, you know, giving this lame-ass performance? No, but it does help us understand why they half-assed. They fully assed one performance, and you can see that they put effort into their Mama stages or their Melon Music Award stages, so they probably thought that they could kind of get away, you know, not doing this performance. And of course, we need to also consider that maybe Starship or whoever was in charge was like, hey, why don't you lip sync and use the exact audio that you did for your cover several months ago. So again, it could have been a Starship thing. Maybe Starship was like, you know, maybe Wonyoung, ESO, they've had jam-packed schedules or whatever. We have overworked them to death. So let their vocals rest at least. So it could have been also that. But, you know, if Wonyoung, I don't know how much power Wonyoung and ESO have, or if they have a say on their covers or anything like that. But if they did, they could have been like, hey, we're just sitting down, we're not doing any intense choreography, so how about, you know, you let us sing this, we can do it. So it could have been that as well, but again, I am not sure. This is like one of the things that people will use against IVE, which is that they're not the great vocalists and of course lip syncing, and they're not just giving effort for their performances, and they're just trying to look cute for their cameras. And I think the thing that bugs me the most is that they didn't even try to lip sync the performance. I think that's the thing that kind of annoys me. Like, it's not angering me, it's just like, come on, just, you know, you could have tried to lip sync. So overall, do I think that the backlash is justified for Wonyoung and ISO? It's tricky because I think you can criticize this performance. You can call it lazy. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This performance was lazy as hell. Like, don't get me wrong, I really like IVE a lot, but it's like this performance, not it. I'm sorry, it was not it at all. But I feel like people are taking a little too far with their hate at times. If you're like really upset about the performance, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, don't like drag the girls left and right, and don't throw this in their face at every opportunity, especially to win your stupid fan wars. I've seen videos of K-pop idols lip syncing even when they have microphones, and the whole appeal of the performance is that they're supposed to be singing live at a, but they're not singing live at a studio. The microphone are basically props, or the audio was pre-recorded, been done with not just IVE, it's been done with a lot of the groups. But I think the reason why IVE is getting the heat for this especially, it's not just a Wonyoung thing, it's an IVE thing. IVE, they're popular, they don't have the best vocals. So yeah, I think my conclusion for this video is that the reason why ISO and Wonyoung are getting the heat is not only that it's easy to drag Wonyoung, and I feel like it's one of the reasons, but I think another reasons is that IVE's vocals have never been the best if you compare it with other groups, or people are just not a fan that IVE are getting all these awards when Seraphim and Mix are just, you know, complete, or even Billy or Purple Kiss or Cherry Bullet are just completely out of the question when those groups have demonstrated their talents, insane talents and strengths and stage presence and vocals and all of that. IVE is also winning awards for best performance and best female group, and a lot of the times those awards are just a popularity contest, not necessarily an assessment of a K-pop group's skills and abilities. And of course that also pisses people off that IVE is winning all these awards, they're getting all these #1s and all these awards and all this recognition, whereas my favorite K-pop group is putting 110% into every performance and they're just not getting the same level of recognition. So I think that's the reason why this performance overall just leaves a sour taste in your mouth, because they're just sitting there being pretty. They're just sitting there and acting pretty. That's literally the performance. But you also need to consider that there are other factors to why this could be. Like, these girls are very overworked. They had a lot of jam-packed performances for different award shows, and honestly, I struggle with 2-3 assignments at the same time, so I can't even imagine what it's like for these girls to, you know, prepare for all of these performances. It's like me, like I will half-ass or fully ass one assignment in favor of all of those other performances that count more, like let's say for a course that I'm doing bad in. So of course you have IVE, Wonyoung, or ISO, or all the other IVE girlies putting more effort into their Mama stages, Melon Music Award stages, and not as much on the smaller stages that people think won't pay that much attention to, but they would because it's IVE and Wonyoung. So yeah, let me know what you think. I've been rambling on this for 18 minutes and I'm definitely gonna try to shorten it. Of course, let me know what you think about this. I have no disdain or hatred towards these girls, and I'm not hating on them or anything, and I also don't think that you should be dragging them. If anything, you can be critical of the performance and say, yeah, it's a sucky performance and they should have done better, but I just don't see a reason why you should be shady or mean to the girls or anything like that. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye bye.